and it's not there to make you feel nice.
Yeah. But I also think if you are bigger than your friends, you know, you've got you're young and you've got to earn your confidence. You know, it's not fair if you say to a school kid, you know, you can't wear that, you're too tight. You'll give them a complex.
Okay.
Because they're trying to fit in with everyone else, I would say. But at the same time, I do believe skirts are getting shorter now. It's like the Britney Spears look. But why can't girls wear trousers or the skirts? Skirts, you know, with the skirts with the built-in shorts if they're that worried.
And also, if they were skirts, you can't roll them up.
Exactly.
For obvious reasons. So that could be
it's a battle
solution.
in my house every day with Kira. You know, she's 14, nearly 15, and I spend my life going, has that school skirt shrunk again in the wash? Because I don't remember it being that short yesterday, and just to roll it down. But you get there and they're all the same level, literally just under the blazer.
But this isn't a new thing. You think back to the whole St Trinian's thing. Schoolgirls have been rolling their skirts up and doing funny things with their tie ever since school
I think
began.
the good thing at Kira's school is they have a uniform card and they have to carry it in the top pocket, and it lists the uniform, and if you get a cross, like if you turn up with no tie or your skirt's too short, you get a tick, and that gets your behaviour point, and 3 behaviour points you get detention or you're sent home, and it's and you also get a detention if you haven't got the uniform card. So they all have to have them, which I think is a good idea. I think I feel a little bit sorry for this head teacher, because I'm kind of agreeing with her, and I don't think she has said individually to a girl, you can't wear something that tight or short because you're hefty. I think she's making it a blanket rule for all of them.
Yeah.
She's not. I don't think she's singling out, you know, bigger girls. She's saying this is the uniform and you've all got to wear it. But I think the problem for bigger girls at the moment at school is if they do try and cover up, you know, if they've got big legs or whatever, and they try and make the skirt longer, then they're bullied for not looking like the rest of the girls.
So surely she's
you know,
protecting them from themselves, which I think is every grown-up's responsibility, whether it's the parent or the school, because you know you are experimenting and you don't quite know what you're doing, and you might be thinking, oh, look at my body, it's changing and growing and it's all very fascinating, and you are kind of aware that if you bend over, your knickers might be showing. You need to protect kids from themselves, so that has everybody a blanket ban. You have to wear long skirts to the knee.
And I am guilty of this. I think it should start from the time they're at home. That if they're in your company, they're going out, you go, no, you roll that skirt down to where it should be.
But that starts at home, but obviously some people aren't doing that at home.
I don't.
So therefore at school, the school my son goes to is a secondary school, obviously, and the head teacher stands at the school gate and checks everybody as they come in, and if they're not conforming to the uniform, they get sent straight home, and I think that's absolutely right, and that's what he should be doing.
Yeah, because some kids
he's
go, great, I'm going home for the day.
At my kids' school, their skirts, like princesses, like below the knee. It's one of them quilted ones that double do up. And it's like, when I was at school, it didn't even enter my mind that, oh, if I bend over, can they see my knickers? I think, because we're adults, we think that. But my legs were so skinny at school, I had to wear loads of tights. I wasn't allowed to wear trousers.
I don't think there's anyone as cruel as...
Kids are cruel.
Really, really cruel at school, because I had really skinny legs. But the other thing that we had at our school was the bra tyranny. So when you changed for netball or games or any kind of sport, whatever underwear you wore...
Shoulder pads?
Yeah. You were shoving rubbish in your bra from like 12 or 13. First of all, you had to have a bra. We had nothing to put in it. And you'd be shoving stuff, because girls are so cruel. And if you were flat-chested, you were immediately a lesbian at 12. You said, but hang on a minute. And it just gave you sleepless nights. So I think the best thing is to have a really ugly uniform and make everyone wear it. And perhaps it should be as baggy as possible.
But then when you're teenagers and you fancy boys, they think by doing their hair, adding makeup, you know, they go through that and they think that they've got to wear short stuff. And I just don't think music videos, all of that comes in. Everything's more sexualised now these days.
And also the likes on all the media, social media and all of that.
So it has changed a lot.
What amazes me is when they have an own clothes day at Kira's school, which they do a couple of times a year, and you give £1 to charity to wear your own clothes. All the girls go in leggings, trainers, lovely tops. They don't go in like little mini skirts. And I was like, well, what's the difference?
It's interesting because I think, you know, on one hand there are people who say there shouldn't be school uniforms at all. Kids should be allowed to express themselves, express their originality. I think the opposite, actually. Keep everybody the same, then it's safe, there's no competition, and learn to express your individuality through your mind through things that you say, things that you do. Have a sharp wit about you. You know, that sort of thing. Don't just put it down to your dress. You can do that at home.
Well, we've got some comments here. Lauren says, we all see adults with ridiculously tight clothes on, and everyone always passes judgment, whether it be a look or a comment. So she's only trying to help these girls when they're younger, as obviously their parents aren't.
Right, OK. Let's see what our audience think. You've got your paddles. Should schoolgirls in short skirts be sent home from school? Yes or no?
Oh,
God. It's a majority yes, but there's a few no's in there. Yes, the girl should be sent home from school. Thank you very much for that. Loads of juicy goings on after 1 o'clock here on Loose Women. Things are hotting up between Michelle and her childhood sweetheart Will this week in Corrie. But apart from hubby Steve, being apart from hubby Steve has left her looking for love elsewhere.
I didn't come here for the food.
No? That's a good job I had a nice bottle in.
I wasn't talking about the wine.
So why are you here?
So, can a relationship survive when one half lives elsewhere? And in a moment, the celebrity rumour mill went into overdrive recently when Kelly Maloney was spotted on a date with a Sex and the City star. But has she found love? We'll be asking her in just a few minutes, so we'll see you in a bit.
Magic, 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 magic. Bringing home the magic. Furniture Village sponsors Loose Women.
Good now, but not done! All right.
That was dangerous.
Love you! That was wicked!
Do I like that sort of thing? Yes, I do!
All new Britain's Got Talent. Saturday at 8 on ITV.
Wake up with CITV Supercharged Breakfast.
Rest time's over, Hotshot.
Featured on a jam-packed action hero lineup.
Please give me a decent alien this time.
Busting with essential visual vitamins. It's Dangerlicious. It's Adventurelicious. Got a hungry dragon on the prowl. Supercharged Breakfast. Before school on CITV.
Magic, 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 magic. Bringing home the magic. Furniture Village sponsors Loose Women.
Having a lunchtime romp. Mind out of the gutter, you lot. I meant through the topics. Alongside me, Andrea McLean, our Janet Street Porter, Katie Bright, and Colleen Nolan. That was lackluster. Yeah. Can we have a better round of applause, please? There you go. Now, it's been a whirlwind 2 years since the world was first introduced to Kelly Maloney. Here's how it all began.
Frank Maloney started his career in the macho world of boxing. Working as a promoter, he led Lennox Lewis to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and was known for his flamboyant suits and argumentative demeanour. Little did the world know that behind all this bravado, he was keeping a deeply personal secret that even his wife and daughters knew nothing about. Since he was a young child, Frank had believed he should have been born a woman, and this secret almost resulted in him taking his own life. He eventually found the courage to tell his family and began gender reassignment. But he was forced to make this deeply personal journey public when the media threatened to out him. And in 2014, he announced to the world that Frank was no more, and he wanted to be known as Kelly.
I wanted to transition very privately because of my family.
The British public quickly got to know Kelly when she made the brave decision to appear on Celebrity Big Brother. Appearing on the reality show was an emotional rollercoaster for her, but it allowed her daughters to finally accept their dad as Kelly. In the quest to become the woman she'd always dreamed of being, she has undergone numerous surgical procedures, even getting a superstar makeover on This Morning. But what's next for Kelly? Is she set to find love?
Please welcome Kelly Maloney.
They are a nightmare to get on these chairs.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
You seem a wee bit quiet and a wee bit nervous. You're among girlfriends here. It is all good. Really good. How are you now? Where are we? Because we saw that little film there that we put together, just sort of bringing us up to speed with your journey to become Kelly. How are you now? Where are you now?
No, I'm in a very good place. I mean, that film actually makes me a little bit emotional because it takes me back quite a bit.
Yeah.
But once that stops, I'm back to myself. And I'm in a very good place. I'm very contented. And I've never been so happy, and I'm moving forward.
You made the decision to change as you did, obviously from Frank to Kelly, is difficult enough for someone who isn't in the public eye. The decision you made then to go into Celebrity Big Brother, a lot of people saw was an incredibly brave thing to do. For you, did you feel that actually it was an opportunity for the whole world to see you as you are? Because when you're on Celebrity Big Brother, as Colleen here knows, there's no hiding.
No.
You know, you could be you.
It was a sort of a yes or no decision.
Yeah.
Some of my oldest daughter didn't want me to do it. My two youngest daughters was like, go on, in you go, push you in.
Yeah.
So I went with their decision, and it turned out very good. It helped me.
It did.
Because as I went in, I still wasn't sure. There was still quite a bit of Frank in me, and I'd only just sort of a week it had come out in the papers.
Yeah.
And then I sort of went in there, and I met some nice people in there like Dee White, Lauren Goodyear,
yeah.
Claire King, and the girl from Bewitching Island, and they were really helpful. And Ricky from Georgie Shore and George from Gogglebox, they were fantastic, and it really helped me, and I came out there a very strong person.
Can I ask you something? It's interesting you're talking about all these new friends that you met in a TV reality show, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that's so brave. What about all the friends you had in the boxing world? Are they still your friends? Because that's a kind of completely different kettle of fish, isn't it?
I've kept some, but some really keep their distance from me. There's a couple that will not speak to me.
And were they really good friends with you at the time?
Yeah, they was at the time. I was quite surprised. I mean, one of them, an old friend of mine's come back into my life that I started in boxing years ago. And quite surprised because he's a kid from Peckham like me, and I thought it'd be hard for him.
Yeah.
But he was fantastic. And he said, "Oh, I was talking to so-and-so the other day." He said, and I mentioned I'm coming out with Kelly, and he just went, "I can't have none of that nonsense. There's something wrong with Frank, with whatever they call it, you know." and he said he hasn't spoken to me since. He said,
has that surprised you about people that you think would have been accepting haven't been, and people that you would have thought would find it hard have been more? Just
yes
a general
and no.
reaction.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, some of the guys that have accepted it, I'm surprised they've accepted it.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a very good friend that also I grew up in Peckham with, and we used to go to Millwall regularly. We'd do a lot of things together. And he, when he was told, I actually didn't have the courage to tell him, so I sort of picked 4 friends that I was going to tell, and my daughter picked sort of 5 of my friends that I thought it would be hard for me to tell, so she went and told them.
Yeah.
And my good friend Ray, he won't mind me mentioning his name, he sort of said, "Oh, it's very odd because I've done so much with Frank or Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle it." And then he phoned me and went, "Look, I can't really handle this." He said, "But we've been friends for so long. If you've got any problems, please feel free to phone me." And we kept talking on the phone, and now he's just accepted me.
With your transformation, because you've had an amazing transformation, is your personality a lot different?
It's a lot softer and
yeah. And do you reckon that's what people find hard, because they're like, they want to slip back into the Frank, but now you're a new person? I mean, how would you say your personalities are different? What I mean is that how do you go from one personality to another personality?
I think I've always had this personality in me, but I was hiding it because because of the world I was in. I was frightened to let this personality come out and be shown. So I overcompensated by making remarks, trying to be.
And would you dress up before?
No, not really, because I was always frightened it would come out.
Right.
But towards the end, I started taking counselling, and my counsellor, when I told her, she said, "Once you take the lid off the box, at this time, she referred to me as Frank. And she said,